Hey, what's up? Good morning, guys. I notice every time I do these videos, I'm mostly in the car, and I always got this blue coat on, right? The tie is really what's different. So I have a couple blue coats because that's what my boss at our organization requires, right? Like, it's our uniform. So wherever you work, not wherever you work, but a lot of places that if you work for somebody, or even if you own the place, you may require a dress code. You may require some type of uniform. This is my uniform. So I don't mind it. I just was thinking about that because I was there. I was looking at the videos I posted. I was like, man, it's like me in the car in a blue coat. So today is Friday. I believe it's the 16th September 2022 as I do this quick video. Tonight I'm excited. I'm going to see one of my buddies from middle school, high school. He's one of my best friends. He went on to become, I guess I could say, he became to become the vice president of a branch of wealth management for Trust Bank. It used to be SunTrust. And my friend is just my friend. You know, like for me, we talk about stuff, but I'm not going to meet him because of corporate. You know, it's like a corporate meeting. It's just we're gonna have dinner. I haven't seen him in a while. He's up with his fiance, and I guess his son is going to college in Boston. So I'll get to meet him. If he gets stuck, you know, he can reach out to me because I'll be local to him. My friend lives down in Miami, but I am always interested in having some type of conversation with him about wealth management because that's what he does. Now, his clients are $10 million or more, and he teaches them, those people, their children and grandchildren, generational wealth, which I only learned about in the past few years and what that meant. And, I don't have that problem at the moment, but hey, maybe before I kick off, God willing, I will be in that position where at least I know financially, my kids and the grandkids or whatever, and my wife and everyone is good, right? Or hopefully good. There's no guarantees, right? In anything, they're just probabilities, right? And I like to say that because I'm wearing a seatbelt as I drive. I mean, there's a chance that someone could lose control of their car and smash into me. When you're driving down the road, there's people oncoming traffic. I'm sure you've done that. There's a chance that somebody could get distracted, have a heart attack. I don't know, inexperienced driver. Something happens and they come into your lane. So there's risks every day that we take. You could try to minimize your risk completely to stay home, but there's always risk. So you try to increase your probabilities of success, right? So if somebody hits me, I have a better chance, I think, as far as I know statistically, of surviving or not getting hurt wearing a seatbelt. Same thing when I do stocks or make any kind of investments. It doesn't always work out, but I try to reduce my risks. So this morning I was talking to another friend of mine in Texas. He lives in Dallas, and we talk about stocks. I helped him with a car recently for his wife, but we'll talk about stocks. And he's the vice president of a company, right? And he's again, just my buddy. Our daughters went to school together, and I always find it interesting talking to higher level people, right? People that are executives, or business owners, presidents, vice presidents, CEOs, COOs, like their thinking, their mindset. And we talk about investments, and we all have families, right? Most of the guys that I talk to, we have families and kids, and we think about tolerance and risk management, and being cautious in today's market. And him and I were talking about what positions we're in, and how I was using the surfer metaphor of, I like to grab the action of the price action like a surfer grabs a wave, right, and rides it in. So I don't know what the market's going to do, right? It seems pretty extremely volatile right now, and I'm expecting a drop at some point. I'm like, when is the next big drop coming? Is there another big drop coming? Or is it already priced in? Right? I don't know. I think it's still more coming, right? My opinion, because there's just a lot of things that are brewing that we're due for a major I don't want to say correction, but a major pullback, another pullback. But I am not an expert. I'm just going by the sentiment of other experts, other people, and kind of hearing what they have to say and looking at the data and then making my own opinion, which is what you should do. So I got into Adobe. Adobe has PDFs, and they have different tools that you can use. Adobe's been around. There's Adobe, Photoshop. There's a lot of different tools that they offer. I mean, their stock is in the low 300s. I want to say it's somewhere between 300 and 310. And I started buying some shares, really just looking for a pop. I wouldn't get more than 100 shares, which would be probably around 30 grand if I was to do that. Some people might buy 1,000, right? But I only have 10 right now, so I'm not trying to flex. I'm just saying that if I did get a bigger position, it would be no more than 100, and that is only because I like those premiums on those covered calls. They're pretty attractive. They were anywhere from $500-600 closer to the strike price, which I thought was pretty good. If you could do that every week, you could do pretty well. But there's always a chance it goes down further. But I think Adobe is not going to go bankrupt any more than I think Google or Tesla or Amazon is going to go bankrupt. It's just a matter if it pulls back. I was talking to him about Coinbase, my friend in Texas, and I think that if it pulled back, Coinbase went all the way to 60 at one point and then went back up to 80 something. I got out completely. But if it had gone to 60 again, or even to 40, which was its previous low, I believe. I'm just rounding it down. Even then, even though the stock value would be really down, I would still keep selling those covered calls, whether it was $100 a week times 3 because I had 300 shares, or if I did it monthly or something, I would still generate income because I don't believe Coinbase will most likely. I mean, it could. Again, things can go bad, and it could go to zero. I'm pretty much at zero on a company called HBIL, which was purely a speculative gamble, right? Like it was based on some technology they had, and I'm not telling you to go check it out, but about this self-charging transmission. It was called, oh my gosh, I can't think of it right now. But anyway, they had some potential news that ended up being BS, but it didn't work out. But I'm pretty much going to lose on that one. I have 1 million shares, and they're worth nothing. They're worth like a couple $100. Now, I'll keep them because who knows? It's either going to go completely dark. I mean, it's at point like 0.0001 or something. So I know they have a deadline, and if they don't hit it to go pink, right, then it's going to go offline, and my shares are worthless. Or who knows? All of a sudden, one day I could look, and it goes to $11, right? And I'm like, I'll be glad at least I had them. But sometimes these things happen. But it's probably increasing your probabilities. Not going to happen with Google, Amazon, Ford, GMC, the car companies, and Google, and companies like the Coca-Cola, companies that are pretty more with a blue chip. They're probably not going to go out of business. So that's what I thought about Coinbase. I said, I don't think Coinbase is going to go out of business because crypto seems to be going to be here to stay, and Coinbase seems to have a pretty good foothold in that space, regardless of its competition and a couple of bad reports. I mean, they had over $1 billion profit the previous year, and though they showed $1 billion losses this year, but that's the volatility of what's going on in general. So really, Adobe is my big play. Maybe I can throw in an edit of of a chart and why I think that, do a little voiceover, but I'll try to do that. So I'll pause a second here for that. All right. So if I don't do that, then, have a great day. But I'll try to throw that up and why I think Adobe is pretty good. And maybe I'll mention a couple others that I'm looking just to get in and out and make a few bucks and move on to the next thing. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for Friday. I will talk to you next time. Have a great weekend if I don't see you. And kids, Mason, love you, man. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.